Welcome back, guys. Today we're doing some Dutch oven cooking. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so while I'm waiting on the fire to die down a little bit and get me a good bed of coals so we can start cooking, I want to talk about a Dutch oven, the construction and uses of it. So first of all, the uses of a Dutch oven are endless. With the way it's made, you can do just about anything with it. With the way the bell is designed, I can hang it over a fire. I can cook soups and stews. With the way the lid is designed, with the lip around it, and with the feet on the bottom, as you can see here, I can turn this into an oven with putting coals on the top and coals around the bottom. If I flip the lid over, it's flat. Well, it has a little concave to it, but it's pretty much flat. I can fry bacon, I can cook burgers, I can do anything right here on top, like a griddle. As deep as this is, I can cook an entire chicken in here, I can deep fry, and I can bake in here. And that's what we're gonna be doing today, is baking some biscuits. So with the Dutch oven, now this is a 12-inch deep is what it's called. You can use it in any camp scenario. You can take this one tool and do all of your cooking. Now, this is not something you're going to backpack in. This is something you're gonna have a vehicle of some kind or a form of transportation of some kind to carry with you. Now, that would be a canoe, an ATV or UTV. You carry it in with you to your hunting camp, and this stays at the base camp in a truck. But with this, like I was saying, you can do all of your cooking over a campfire very easily. Now, again, we're waiting on the coals to die down, and we're gonna bake some biscuits. I'm gonna fry some eggs in the lid in some butter, and I'm gonna show you another cool little camping hack that I do to save some space to make a really good bacon and egg biscuit. All right, guys, while I'm getting the fire continuing to burn down and getting my area cleaned up where I'm gonna be putting the Dutch oven, I wanna talk about a couple of tools that are very handy to have while you're doing this. The first thing is a type of lid lifter. You can also use a claw hammer. I picked that up from Cowboy Kent. But a good little lid lifter, so you can pick up the lid, rotate it, move things around without having to get your hands down there too close. Another thing that you do need to have is a shovel. This is just a small little camp shovel. We sell a ton of these styles in the shop. I would actually like to have a flat nose shovel, but this is all that I got, to be able to scoop out the coals, to put them over the lid and around the bottom of the Dutch oven. Be careful when you're getting your coals out that you don't get too much ash, because ash insulates and it does not heat, so it could mess with your heat. So do your best to keep the ashes out. I have seen people put holes inside their shovels so they can shake out the ash and just get the coals. All right, guys, so I let the fire burn down. It's been burning probably for a couple of hours. And so I am now ready to start getting set up to cook. Now, I'm gonna put some stones on the ground right outside the fire ring, right over here. Starting with that stone, I'm gonna put 2 more on the ground, and I'm gonna use that as a small trivet to raise my Dutch oven up off the ground some, so I'm not setting directly on the coals. And I'm also just gonna put a few underneath, and I'm also gonna put them around it so I can control the heat easier. If I just put everything underneath, it's harder to control the heat. Then I'm gonna put some coals on top, and we're gonna start cooking our biscuits. All right, guys, so I got my 3 rocks right here on the ground. I've got a few coals out. I'm getting a few more just to get everything warming up on the bottom, and then I'm gonna put coals around the edge of it too to help it bake better. Put my Dutch oven right here. If I can get it level. There we go. Let that start getting warm on the inside. I'm already starting to work on making more charcoal. I've got more wood on the fire, so I can continuously keep this going. And it's sitting close to the fire for me, so it's also gonna help keep it warm. All right, guys, I've got butter in my pan. As you can see, it's stuck to my spatula. But I've got butter in the bottom of my pan so nothing will stick. Plus I like putting butter in the bottom of my pan for my biscuits. I like that extra butter flavor. And here are my biscuits. They're just 2 frozen biscuits. Frozen biscuits are really handy to carry with you. Canned biscuits, so if you're not wanting to do homemade ones while you're at the campsite. They're easy to carry, easy to pack, and they're ready to go. Now I'm gonna start putting coals around the top right here. Now I'm trying my best to not really get any ash while I'm doing this. I'm also gonna start putting some coals around the edge of the base right here. Just so I can control the heat just a little bit better. Then I'm gonna stoke my fire back up. So I can make some more coal if I need it. You're a hawk. Now every so often, guys, I'm gonna take my lid lifter and I'm gonna turn this lid and I'll turn the base so I don't have any hot spots. Okay guys, so it's been a couple minutes. I'm gonna twist the lid about a quarter turn, then I'm gonna take the bottom and twist it to the next leg. The reason why you do that is so you don't get hot spots, especially when you're using natural coal like this. All right guys, so check this out. Biscuits are rising, doing their thing. Now something to look for. I can put my hand right here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 seconds, I know I'm hot enough. If I can hold my hand there and it is longer than 5 seconds, I don't have enough heat. But check it out, biscuits are rising, doing their thing. I'm just gonna keep rotating and adding coals as needed. All right guys, so since the biscuits are rising and doing like they need to, I'm gonna open them up and then I'm gonna put some bacon pieces on the inside of both biscuits. So bacon's already cooked. This is a nice little camp hack to have a bacon egg biscuit without having to fight with having to cook bacon and do everything when you're in a pinch. Don't get me wrong, bacon cooked over a campfire is always the best, but in a pinch, bacon bits are phenomenal and an easy life hack. So I'm gonna open it up, throw some bacon pieces in it, push them in there a little bit, close the lids on the biscuits, and then put the lid back on. All right guys, so let's take a look what everything's looking like. Oh yeah, everything's looking good. The biscuits are raising good. I don't want the bottom to get too done. So do not be afraid if the bottoms are getting too done of something. Pick it up, take it off of the fire, because that cast iron's gonna keep cooking. Keep it hot and keep it cooking, but you're gonna lower the temperature down. All right guys, so the biscuits are done. So what I'm gonna do is this, I still need the lid. And normally I'll have a towel with me or something like that to cover up the Dutch oven with when I take the lid off. But what I'm gonna do is use my hoodie, use what you have, make it work, set this over to the side. The Dutch oven's gonna keep everything warm on the inside. And I'm gonna be able to flip the lid over and use it for my griddle. So I'm not gonna be fancy about this, guys. I'm gonna set it down where I can get underneath it. Flipping it over, sliding it up so it sets pretty level. I'm gonna wipe it off with my hoodie sleeve just so the ash isn't there, and I'm gonna throw some butter down. All right, guys, so knock some of that wood ash down. I'm gonna throw a decent amount of butter down because I'm gonna fry up my eggs. You can still hear how hot that is. Grab my little spatula right here, move my butter around, get that going good. Also, if you don't have a good way to carry spices with you, one of these little daily medicine dividers works out great for carrying stuff. Just make sure it seals well so you don't spill anything out. You can scratch off the top, put your labels on it, however you want to do. I know that this is Cajun seasoning, salt and pepper. I don't have a lot in there for today. I try to keep it cleaned out. All right, guys, let's fry some eggs. Oh, I got some shell in there. Won't hurt nothing, it's calcium. I'm gonna let them do their thing for a minute. That's why I tell people also season the lid really well also for these. Again, you can use it as a griddle. Now I like my eggs flipped, so just to make sure the whites are good and done. I'm not a super runny egg guy. I'm gonna let them do their thing. Look at that. Is that not pretty? Now, cool thing with the lid, again, if I was doing pancakes, I could do pancakes on it. If I was doing, you know, hash browns, anything like that, I can do all of that right there on the lid. My Dutch oven's sitting over here with my jacket on it, keeping everything warm. So here in a second, I got breakfast, guys. Ooh, a little windy. All right, guys, so that is breakfast. We did a really good job on cooking the biscuits. You just have to always watch your heat and constantly rotate, especially if it's a very windy day, about every 3 to 4 minutes. If it's not real windy, you can probably do it every 8 to 10 minutes. But rotate it, keep a check on it so you don't get hot spots. Now, again, as I said, I'm still a novice at this, and it's cool bringing you guys along on my journey on learning campfire cooking with a Dutch oven and cooking with cast iron over an open fire like this. I've done it on the inside a ton, but being outside like this, I'm still new to it. And it is kind of scary because you don't want to mess anything up. You don't want to ruin your cast iron. But guys, super simple. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Now, with the Dutch oven, I'm gonna let everything cool down. I'm gonna clean it like I always clean cast iron, and then I'll be ready to go for the next cooking adventure. My hot chocolate, my stainless steel mug is just now starting to boil, so I'll have hot chocolate here in a minute. But guys, I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my breakfast. Get outside, guys, and have an adventure.